From a psychoanalytic perspective, Freud thought he could discern in the multiple activities of human behavior the presence of two unconscious drives that were motivating behavior, namely aggression and sex. He was clear about the fact that these instincts are present throughout the life form. They combat against each other, and they are for the most part unconscious in the way that they act upon the organism. What they do, though, is they push upon the conscious sense of the person as he exists in terms of his needing to fight off what the true full expression of those urges might do in the real world. And you might say that development is a child gradually beginning to understand what kinds of impulses and what kinds of satisfactions are possible in the world and what kinds lead to intolerable danger, intolerable threats to their existence, to their love, to their relationships. To take a very simple example, consider a child who has a new melting ice cream cone in mid-August, and he comes home and decides he wants to eat it and considers eating it on his mother's favorite brand new couch. In that little scenario, the things that might lead him to do that would be the fact that he just wants to enjoy his ice cream cone right at that moment, and it's very delicious and his favorite flavor. And on top of that, he doesn't really want to have to deal with having to choose one spot versus another in order to enjoy this particular experience. He just wants to be in the experience. On the other hand, some part of him fairly soon is going to realize that he could catch hell for doing such a thing if he stains the couch. And furthermore, at some point, he even begins to develop a kind of inner warning system that says, you better not do that because someone's going to be displeased. So even in this mild example, what the child does he eat on the couch or not, is really the result of a confluence, a struggle between these two forces in his mind. And there are other wishes that are equally difficult and problematic. One, for example, the wish to soil. That there's a part of him that may want to enjoy just making a mess, as 2-year-olds certainly do for sure. There's a part of him that may want to attack his mother because he may be angry at her for the fact that she was more interested in buying that couch than spending time with him or taking him to Disneyland. Alternatively, there might be some special worry that if he were to do something to make her mad, that she would then no longer love him. And so that he has to fight very hard against any impulse that would lead him to do something that he considers that she might find objectionable in some way. So again, what we see is multiple wishes, aggressive and loving, fighting against each other, and in turn fighting against a reality which you and I have to negotiate every day in terms of trying to decide what's acceptable and what's not.